guy's got a bus move more than this.
Hi, good morning, Alyssa.
Warmer weather is coming up and students get carried away and ignore the dress code. What are you going to do to try to prevent this?
It's a good question and good timing for the question. Although it's only 40 degrees out today, it's definitely getting that time of the year where people are going to try and stretch the boundaries a little bit what they're supposed to be wearing. I think one thing is the whole definition of inappropriate. I mean, different people think different things about what's inappropriate. Some people think that spaghetti straps are okay. What helps us with this process is the rules have been the same for the last 5 years. The dress code is there. The students know what they're supposed to wear, what they're not supposed to wear, and how they're supposed to wear it. So typically when there's an infraction and somebody's trying to stretch the rules, they come to the office, we ask them to get a change of clothes, they can borrow someone's gym clothes, sometimes they have a sweater in a locker, and if they comply, then they just kind of go about their day usually, unless it becomes a problem over and over again. If they refuse, then we have to call a parent, and there have been some cases we've actually sent people home. You know, and what's really interesting, though, is I think there's what a lot of people don't realize, there's a responsibility for the students to understand when they push the boundaries all the time, what happens. I'll give you an example. Right now, this month, the Board of Education is considering a school uniform policy for Killingly. They've actually created a subcommittee. They're exploring and researching the options for a school uniform option for Killingly students. Now, I wonder why the board would consider that kind of option. It just may be that when they're in school buildings and they see their children, that there's a lot of social pressure to dress a certain way, even though we know it's beyond what we're supposed to be doing. So I think if the students like currently what some of the things are happening in the school, I think there's also a responsibility on the students' behalf to follow the school rules. We do it for a reason. It's to help make the educational environment not a distraction by who's wearing what and why they're wearing it. Our number one priority in school is to get the best education we can. It's a tough economy out there when you guys get older. You really need to be at the top of your game and get the most you can out of school.
In order to prevent the flu in our school, you must always wash your hands as often as you can.
When washing your hands is not available, using hand sanitizer is a great alternative. When blowing your nose into a tissue, make sure you always dispose properly and wash your hands shortly after. Sneezing, make sure you sneeze into an elbow or a safe area where you not spread germs.
We have Kayla Spooner here today, and she's going to be answering some questions about this year's talent show. Hi, Kayla. What are you going to be doing this year?
This year I'm going to be singing Stay by Rihanna.
Have you done the talent show previously?
Yeah, I started in 7th grade, and I've come back again for this year.
Were you scared when you first auditioned?
Well, it is pretty intimidating. You don't really know what to expect, but it's just kind of like rolling with the punches.
So, what kind of acts can we expect in the talent show besides singing?
There's a lot of varieties, so other than singing, there's going to be dancing and gymnastics, and there's a couple of surprises for you, too.
Sounds great. We'll look forward to it.
about her new project. Where's the money coming from?
Well, you can see, first of all, it's this widescreen TV that's going to be hooked up to an iPod Touch, and there are going to be some wireless headsets. So I'll tell you about it in a second, but the money for it is all coming from the last year's book fair and this year's book fair combined, so that, because it's pretty expensive setup here, because I had to buy the stand that it's on as well. So all the proceeds from the book fair are going to it.
When do you hope for this to be complete?
I'm working on, right now I have everything working, but it's not going to be complete because I have to go through a tutorial to teach people how to do it. So probably in 2 to 3 weeks.
What devices will be used?
Okay, so there's a smart TV, and a smart TV can have apps on it and access our wireless in the building. So that is going to be on, and there's going to be a binder here of book trailers, such as this one's the Garden of Eden, and this is a QR code. These are called QR because it stands for quick response. So with the iPod Touch, you're going to have a scanner app on it and be able to scan that code, and it will play a YouTube, most likely a YouTube video about the book, so you can decide whether you want to check it out. And of course, this is one of the wireless headsets that'll be in the library, so that because it's got audio and video involved, we don't want to distract everybody. So there'll be 3 or 4 of those, so that 3 or 4 people can use it at a time.